are fake, everything's fake. It's weird. And so it's like this is the clearest like fixed fight you're ever gonna see. Look at this. That looks so fake.
What just happened?
He hit him with a left.
I know.
But watch it again.
Part,
Let's watch it again. Look at this guy holding his hands up and watch. Watch this. He like literally shows him his chin,
and just goes like.
And he goes down. So nuts, right? Just the fact that he's willing to fight the two-time heavyweight champion, former Olympic gold medalist.
Yeah.
A guy who's gigantic in his prime, built like a Greek god.
Yeah.
And you're gonna stand, and he's a one-punch killer, and you're gonna stand in front of that guy, and he avoided shots till the 6th round. He just started getting tired.
Well, when you're on a platform like Netflix that turns one-part episodes into a 6-part series, why would you think that part of their entertainment model is to have a 30-second fight? Why?
Joe Rogan heard something so crazy, it changed how people see this fight forever. The internet went crazy after shocking talk on Joe Rogan's podcast about the Anthony Joshua vs. Jake Paul fight. A rumor started spreading that before the fight, Jake Paul may have tried to offer Joshua a deal. Fans are now asking a serious question: was this fight real boxing or just smart business? Many people believe something felt off from the very start.
Better is a lot of things, 100%. In the fight game, you've seen the amazing fighters that have graced us over the last 100 years, and the expectations that we put on ourselves are immense, but I tried my best. Jake done well while it lasted, but if you remember what I said in the interview with Cameron is, fighting's not just physical, it's psychological. And when you understand the psychological warfare, I did say to you is that, Jake, what's gonna happen? I'm gonna see a time when I'm gonna take your soul and you're either gonna give up or you're gonna get knocked out. And unless you have that instinct, you just will never be a good fighter. So I wish that I could have knocked him out at the start. But as we saw tonight, Jake had...
Joe Rogan did not directly accuse anyone, but he clearly questioned how real the fight was. He explained the massive gap in power, skill, and experience between Anthony Joshua, a former heavyweight champion, and Jake Paul, who started as a YouTuber. Rogan said if Joshua fought at full intensity, the fight would have ended very fast. He also mentioned that today's fights are often shaped by money, streaming platforms, and entertainment value.
More spectacle-ish fights. People were like, oh, this is you. He fought, Nate Robinson, like a basketball player.
But the thing is, he knocked Nate Robinson
He knocked him the fuck out.
And it's the way he did it that I was trying to tell people. I'm like, no. That was skillful. So like there's like boxing matches where you see two guys just slugging it out. One guy lands a punch, and he landed a good punch. What Jake did is he slid back and landed a punch.
Yeah.
It's like the athleticism along with the intelligence, the technique. I'm like, he's not even been doing it that long. And he's also hyper competitive, even though he's wealthy. Yeah. Like you would assume that wealth would take away your drive for competition.
It hasn't, yeah.
He's also nuts, right? Just the fact that he's willing to fight the two-time heavyweight champion, former Olympic gold medalist.
Yeah.
A guy who's gigantic in his prime, built like a Greek god.
Yeah.
And you're gonna stand, and he's a one-punch killer, and you're gonna stand in front of that guy, and he avoided shots till this.
Simon Jordan made this situation even more controversial. He claimed Joshua could have knocked Jake Paul out whenever he wanted but chose not to. According to him, the fight was stretched to please Netflix and streaming viewers. A quick knockout would have ended the show too early, so the fight became more about entertainment than real boxing.
Posted on Twitter after the fight: jaw broken, heart and balls intact. That's a good thing. Time to rest, recover, and return to cruiserweight. I mean, he's coming out of it as if, well, yeah, I got battered in the end, but boy,
that's what he will do. I mean, it depends what you think this was. I mean, I never felt it was anything other than entertainment. I'm not surprised that Anthony Joshua could have knocked Jake Paul out anytime he wanted to. He didn't want to.
So why didn't he?
Because, well, when you're on a platform like Netflix that turns one-part episodes into a 6-part series, why would you think that part of their entertainment model is to have a 30-second fight? Why? You watch a Netflix series, you can watch it and you can go, well, I get the gist of it. Why have you got to turn it into 10 episodes? Because I'm dying with boredom after episode.
Are you telling me that Netflix probably emphasized, listen?
Chael Sonnen was very direct and said this was not real boxing. He explained that real boxing includes danger, pressure, and urgency, things he felt were missing. Sonnen said the fight looked more like a scripted show than a true competition. When a fighter has the chance to finish but doesn't, it feels like entertainment, not a real fight.
Not a boxing match. Jake Paul, very healthy fear for his life while he was in there. He was running away. He was trying to get distance. Then he was trying to step in to win this contest. And then he's trying to get out of the way so that he doesn't get hurt again. He was fighting. He's got to go forward. So now he's clinched him. Now he's dropping down to his knees. He's going below the waist. He's getting a double A position. He was fighting for his survival. You could see that this animal who's been caged and is just trying to make it through. Incredible. And any boxer that wants to say, well, that wasn't high level boxing, go ahead. I won't argue with you. But any human that says that wasn't a...
After the match, Anthony Joshua admitted that the win did not feel perfect. Even though he stopped Jake Paul in the 6th round, he said he struggled early on. Joshua mentioned that he could not control the fight the way he expected. He called it a win, but not a great performance, and said he still has work to do.
I'm going to see a time when I'm going to take your soul and you're either going to give up or you're going to get knocked out. And unless you have that instinct, you just will never be a good fighter. So I wish that I could have knocked him out at the start. But as we saw tonight, Jake has spirit. He has some heart. He tried his best. And I take my hat off to him because, number one, a lot of fighters haven't got in the ring with me and Jake did. And secondly, even when he got knocked down, he kept on trying to get up. And I take my hat off to him. So America, I think you have someone who could potentially, if he still has the heart for it, come back again, dust the dirt off his shoulder, and come again and maybe.
Jake Paul quickly moved on and called out former UFC heavyweight champion Francis Ngannou. He wants to prove himself against the strongest fighters and keep growing his brand. Paul knows how to stay in headlines, sell pay-per-views, and create hype. Fans are excited, but many doubt if he can handle Ngannou's power and real fighting experience.
I can't really fucking talk.
Are you in pain?
Yeah.
In awe of the fact that you do what you do.
I mean, it's not that hard to get your ass beat. I won 2 rounds and then I got dropped. But it was a great experience. Like, I learned a lot in there. But I had him wobbled at one point.
He hit you in the face, and not only did you not get knocked out, you dropped and said, wow.
Wow, that was nice. I was on the ground. I was like, that was a good shot.
Did he surprise you with his power?
He surprised my jaw. It's literally snapped.
What,
It's like a baseball in there. But yeah, I mean, I told everyone, though, that I would do better than Francis and that Francis kind of got no chin.
So
Francis low-key soft. I think maybe now he'll take it.
Deontay Wilder reacted strongly and called the fight one of the strangest events in modern boxing. He said it was hard to accept a former heavyweight champion fighting a social media star. Wilder admitted the fight made money, but from a boxing point of view, it did not feel natural or competitive.
Me, in my opinion, I think it's scripted a little bit because, up the weight difference, and Joshua is a former champion, and also he's current, he's active, and this is going to be the first time that we see Paul fighting an active fighter. We seen the Mike Tyson, that was all fun, that was cute, it's fun and games and stuff, but now you're dealing with a real professional, and so we'll see how it ends up like I said, I think it's scripted, but we're gonna see. At the end of the day, I just want everybody to have fun. I want them to enjoy themselves because we risk our lives for others' entertainment, and just go home safely to be able to have memories and say we did a great job.
Thank you. Let's get a bomb squad to end.
Brendan Schaub also questioned the fight's authenticity. He noticed Joshua's calm approach and slow pace, which felt unusual. Schaub said a fighter like Joshua could have ended the fight much earlier. Instead, it looked planned to create drama. He believes streaming deals and entertainment goals mattered more than real competition.
That Jake Paul Anthony Joshua fight, huh? I don't know what to say, man. I haven't seen the reaction online. Something's up, yeah? Anthony Joshua didn't throw a single straight right hand for 6 rounds. He didn't cut off the ring. I'm trying to make sense of it. It's tough to pin a guy down when he's on his bike and Jake was moving so much. I'm trying to be cool. It was weird, right? Something's up. Even the knockdown where they called it. Anybody who's ever been concussed, I've been there. When he got knocked down, the first thing he did was look at his brother and say, "That was a good one." When you're concussed, you really don't have the brain power to do that. I don't know, man. It was disappointing. Super disappointing. Super disappointing. Kudos to both those boys. Get your money. Get your bag, boys. So I'm not mad at anybody. I think they both made like 90 mil. Get your bag. But I got some questions, right?
Even now, many critics say the Joshua vs. Jake Paul fight should never have happened. The skill, size, and experience gap was simply too big. For many fans, it felt more like a show than a real fight. This has divided the boxing world, leaving one big question unanswered. Was the fight ever truly real?
Being taken 6 rounds by Jake Paul. We're in the aftermath here. The press conference is going on behind us. We're yet to see Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua out here. Ak, you were ringside, you were around the whole fight. People are complaining that Anthony Joshua may have embarrassed himself in there tonight, letting Jake take him 6 rounds.
It's ridiculous. Anybody that saying that doesn't know anything about boxing. First off, if you see how Jake was moving and clinching the first 3-4 rounds of that fight, you would understand. It doesn't matter how bad you are. If a fighter in front of you is destined to not get hit and not get knocked out, it's almost impossible to knock that guy out. When Jake was okay with exchanging and trying, even he was exhausted, he said, "I'm going to try." That's when AJ was there to land the shots. AJ did what he was supposed to do. Not easy to knock a guy out that's surviving. You know that.
Yeah, I do. I wondered early on whether he didn't have a lot of adrenaline and he was walking Jake down. Jake was making himself small and moving away. And AJ said, "You know what? I'm going to take my time here and marinate you."
Exactly. Listen, when a guy that's moving like Jake, that's inexperienced, you're going to gas out. I knew it for after half the first round. If Jake keeps moving like that, he's going to gas out in 2-3 rounds. And I noticed that AJ said, "Okay, I'm going to let him run around." Right? People are screaming, "Cut the ring off. Let me let him run around and gas out." Once he gassed out, what happened? He had to stay in front of him. And that.
A Javonte Davis, a Ryan Garcia, who knows?
Eddie, I want to follow with you because when this fight was first announced, you had said something to the effect of this would end Jake Paul's career. After what you saw tonight, do you think that Jake should continue to box, or what do you think the future holds for him?
Yeah, no, I really take my hat off to. I mean, we have to see if it is a broken jaw. Those injuries are very difficult to come back from. But as AJ said, like that last shot would have knocked out a lot of heavyweights. And I know he went down heavy, but you know he was conscious on the floor. And I thought his game plan, although obviously very negative early on, which it had to be, was smart at times. And there were times where he held his feet and let his hands go. You know, it was a very one-sided fight. It was always going to be a one-sided fight. But you can't give him anything but credit and respect. There's a lot of negative people out there. There's a lot of people who want to criticise people. They're not doing what Jake Paul's done. He just went in with Anthony Joshua and gave it his best shot. Took a lot of punishment and ended the fight eventually on his feet.
Eddie, AJ's won 6 rounds. He kind of dismantled him. He took his time. How do you see it?
Yeah, it was a frustrating 2-3 rounds maybe because Jake was moving so much, holding, but did well, I thought. I mean, I was impressed with him. I mean, I was more impressed with his toughness because I think that last shot would have knocked out most heavyweights. I mean, I know
he broke his jaw.
Yeah, I know it knocked him out, but he was not unconscious. You know, I mean, look, he may not come back from it. If he has broken his jaw, it's a big injury to come back from.
Well, there's pictures of him in hospital right now.
Well, listen, you've got to respect him because he did what many people wouldn't do, which was get in the ring with him. And, you know, he didn't. I know he run and hold, but he also let his hands go at times. And he was in the firing line. And, you know, we got 6 good rounds in the end of actual work.
Is that how you see it in the end?
Yeah, I actually think it's a positive because, you know, we could have gone in there and got it all over with 45 seconds. He's done an 8-week camp. And now he's done 6 rounds. He's got something to go back and work on with the team. And